Hi, everyone. This is Lisa from Clinician Connection. I am here with Mandy from the Barry Robinson Center. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So tell us where you are in the world. I know you're local to me, so Virginia
Mhm.
Beach and Barry Robinson is a great facility that we have in the area. But yeah, tell us a little bit about you and BRC, as I like to call it.
Yeah, so we're located in Norfolk, Virginia, right on the border between Norfolk and Virginia Beach, actually. And we're a residential treatment facility specifically for military-connected adolescent boys and girls. And we're a nonprofit. Do you want me to kind of go into the full scope of it, or?
Yeah, so what I guess what are the things people need to know about Barry Robinson? Like if they were to use it as a resource. This is for clinicians, so part of it is connecting clinicians with resources.
Yeah. So we serve teenagers and their families, of course, from anywhere in the United States, as well as those who may be stationed overseas. So we've had residents from, I think, 46 different states and at least 7 different countries. And oftentimes, adolescents will come to us with a range of mental health concerns. So, it could be depression, anxiety, trauma. It runs the full gamut. And we provide a host of services for our residents. So that could include, well, it does include for all of our kids, individual therapy, family therapy, of course, psychiatric care. We have on-site, oh, I'm so sorry. We have on-site accredited educational services, recreation therapy. And so we really try to be just a one-stop shop for while our kids are with us.
Yeah, it
And
does sound like a one-stop shop.
mhm.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
And most of our kids are with us for about 5 or 6 months, give or take. And what's interesting about Barry Robinson Center, I mean, there's many things that are interesting about it, but one of the things that I really love is that we are what's called an open campus. And so we have just a very beautiful facility.
Mhm.
And it's a stark contrast for what our kids and families oftentimes expect. So it looks a little bit more like a small college campus versus um, you know, more institutional or like a hospital. And so it's got kind of a little bit more comfort to it. Um, and that's oftentimes a surprise for folks, when they come to visit us or when they come to stay with us.
Yeah, it's truly a beautiful campus. I love driving by there, and then it's just the
Mhm.
old buildings, and there's that church there that's very old.
Yeah.
I love that. And then just kind of seeing the kids outside playing, it's nice.
Mhm.
You would
Absolutely.
never, it does look like a college campus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're at Barry Robinson, and I'm not sure how long you've been there, but what keeps you there?
Mhm.
Let's just be honest, working with this population is tough. And so
Yeah.
what kind of sets you on fire to keep going?
Absolutely. So I've been with Barry Robinson for about 5 years now. And I've been here in a number of different capacities. So I actually started out, I wanted to get back into clinical work. And so when I came to Barry Robinson, I was working as a therapist. And then later on down the road, moving more back into leadership roles. And so I was the clinical director for a good period of time. And then now I'm the vice president of operations for our residential side. And so for all of those different roles, I would say the main thing that keeps me at Barry Robinson is that we are very, very, very much tied into our mission of
Yeah.
improving the lives of children and their families. And I love the interdisciplinary approach. I love how all of our different services work cohesively together in order to help our kids and families. Um, so it isn't siloed like you often feel working in mental health, where you're addressing one thing, but you have to send someone else, you have to send them out in order to access all of those other services. And so working collaboratively in that way to
Mm.
make those long lasting changes, that's absolutely what keeps me here.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it, actually, is everything one-stop shop. Yeah. So what Clinician Connection conference is new, and
Mhm.
we certainly appreciate your sponsorship. What kind of said, hey, this is a cool thing to do? What
Yeah. So our folks at BRC have worked with Turning Point Counseling and of course yourself.
Yeah.
And as a whole, we've been just really excited about your
Yeah.
vision, and it's exciting to see it come to life. You and I were just talking privately about how like that's not an easy thing to do to get that up and running,
No.
and it's great for it to be
Yeah.
local. So it was an easy decision for us, of course.
Yeah, we
Um,
certainly appreciate it. We really do. It's been amazing people's responses to the conference. I've
mhm.
been I get really emotional about it. It's really been cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and I
really
mean,
do.
and we're
'Cause
super excited.
I
Just
can't wait. I'm like, it's in less than
Mhm.
60 days. I'm gonna have so much fun. Yeah. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
and like kind of
Yeah.
getting to collaborate with community partners, share
Yeah.
services, opportunities for new partnerships, just all of that. Because
Yeah.
one thing that we also kind of pride ourselves on at Barry Robinson is that um, even if we can't provide the service that someone needs, for whatever reason, we love being able to kind of connect them with who can, so that they're
Yeah.
not,
Us too.
no one
Us
is ever
too.
reaching out for help and feeling like they're just stuck. That's a terrible feeling. And so we love working with folks within the community to be able to, just have all of the resources available as
Yeah.
possible.
I'd love for people to stop by your table and just kind of hear what you have to say. It's really cool. The resource that you have is here for us, but like you said, you serve the nation and the world. So I can't wait for people to kind
Mhm.
of learn more.
Yeah.
So anyway, here's the fun stuff. You ready?
Okay.
Okay, so like if you weren't in the mental health field,
Mhm.
what would you be doing?
That is a fun one. Also a hard one.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, for as long as I can remember, I wanted to be in the mental health field. So I expect that if I were not doing what I'm doing, I would envision myself still kind of channeling that passion for helping others
Mhm.
into like maybe a different arena. So maybe research, maybe education, something
Oh
like that.
yeah, okay.
hmm Um,
Yeah.
I've always been just innately curious about why we do what we do, and human behavior and seeking change and seeking wellness. And so I think anything that tied into that, I think um, I would
On
love.
board with. Yeah. That sounds good. All right. And so this is always my favorite question. So TV show, podcast,
Mhm.
book you read, music, because we're all selfishly looking for the next big thing. So
Of
what's your
course.
thing?
Um, that one's a hard one too. I think a podcast that I've been listening to lately, I think is called All in the Mind. Um,
Okay.
and it kind of focuses on like the science behind mental health. And it's nothing too heavy or complicated. Because usually I'm listening to it, during a commute or what have you.
Yeah.
Um, but it's definitely an interesting listen, while driving to work or on a walk. The the first episode is what kind of hooked me. I think it was about intuition and kind of the science behind
Oh,
intuition.
oh,
Uh,
that's neat. I
mhm.
would like to
And I
look at
found that very
that.
interesting.
Yeah.
Um, and there was another one, this was from a little bit ago, called Unlocking Us. And it kind of like explores like vulnerability and the human connection and all of those kind of things.
Oh,
Um,
neat. Okay. You're
mhm.
a mental health podcast person.
Yeah. Like if I'm listening to a podcast, usually now with TV shows and things like that, full disclosure, I don't tend to binge watch, but when I do, it's usually something that's more like fun versus
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
related.
Yeah.
So I think the last one I binged was like a while ago, and it was probably The Mandalorian.
Yes, that's a great one to binge.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was a good one.
that's a good one to binge. Yeah, I do like podcasts, so I've been like
Mhm.
I will check those two out. And I
Awesome.
have seen The Mandalorian. I love that. Big Star Wars junkie. Yeah, well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Anything else you want to tell us about
Um,
you or BRC or I don't know anything. Anything.
Well, I think I had mentioned that all of our residents here are military connected, so we have very strong roots within the military community,
Mhm.
which is valuable to us because we're in an area that serves, a lot of
Yeah, the Hampton Roads is one of the biggest areas of military.
Mhm.
you know, in the world, I believe, you
Yeah.
know,
Um,
big
and I would
base and
absolutely, absolutely. And I would also say that that folks who were, um, wanting to get more information about Barry Robinson or were potentially considering admission for their child or a client for Barry Robinson, I would say just contact us directly. We have a refer a child tab on our website and things like that. But even if you just have questions, just reach out.
oh yeah, you guys are always super receptive. I'm always
Mhm.
emailing, what about this? And do you have room for this? And you
Yeah.
guys get literally like the fastest email ever. Sometimes from Lauren. I'm like,
Yeah,
do you
we
sit on your
definitely try.
phone?
Yes.
Do you sit on your phone? Yeah, so
Mhm.
it's you guys are super helpful.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, and you've been around over, is it over 100 years?
Um, we just celebrated our 90th anniversary.
Okay, so
So
fine. I
we're
was
we're
judging you a
we're
little bit
fast
more than you
approaching.
should, but yes, a very
Yeah.
long time. A lot
Yes, a
longer than a
very
lot
long
of other
time.
places, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for chatting with me. I greatly
Absolutely.
appreciate it. And yeah, we're gonna I'll say goodbye now and have a good day.
All right. Thank you so much.